We started, if I go back to the beginning, we started with, we never had any systems before. That was year 2000. We had in-house build systems. We did go for a 10-year strategy. And the 10-year strategy, one of them was to put our house in order. So we started with coming up with an ERP. And then we put in the operation systems, and then globally have a community-based system. So we started with the ERP. We went outsourcing for an ERP. We had a number of competitors, and we selected SAP at that point in time. So our first go live was in 2001, when we started with implementing materials management, finance, plant maintenance, HR. Those are the modules that we took in the beginning. We started implementing on those. Now the 10-year strategy, part of it, as I said, was the ERP. We did our operation systems, which is integrated with the billing system in SAP, which is the SD module. It was customized to that. And then thereafter, we did our, which is currently going on, is the community-based system. We have a port community-based system. Now, further to that, we came up with another 5-year roadmap. And in the 5-year roadmap, because now we needed a shorter period to do that, in the 5-year roadmap, we did say that we wanted to fully optimize the existing systems. And further to that, we go for SAP upgrade. And now more and more demands are coming up, even from our customer perspective and our own internal users. So we opted to go for, to begin it on the phase 1, we picked employee self-service, manager self-service, FSCM and SRM. So we are going live on the 18th of March. Ideally, we're supposed to have gone live by end of this month, February 28th, but because we have national elections in the country, so we thought it would be better to just wait until everything stabilizes in the country, and then we can roll over. So the planned date is the 18th of March for the go live. Everything is ready for the system, and users training is ongoing at the moment. So that's how far we've gone. The rollout was very challenging, because the computer literacy, we came from a mainframe background. So the computer literacy wasn't there. We completed the implementation in 24 months, and it stabilized. So since then, we have been working on stabilizing and enhancing the system. We have a global roadmap, and SAP, we've worked with SAP for, like I said now, about 13 years, and the engagement with SAP has been very, very good. We prefer to use SAP directly, because then we are able to get first-hand, what can I say, first-hand service, rather than using a third party. So for this phase 1, we opted to go to SAP directly, and that is where the SAP GD came in. Like I said, in the first period where we took the 10-year strategy, we opted for an on-site implementation, because nobody had a knowledge of anything, and there was a lot to be done in terms of making sure that people are literate with computers and setting up all these things. It was the first time we were doing the project, so that on-site was the best solution. But moving forward, we opted to go for the on-site, a mix of the two, the on-site and the off-site, whereby on the on-site, there are things like change management, you cannot do it outside, things like probably some of the installations have to be done, and the discussion, the designs, but most of the other things are done off-site by the SAP GD. Okay, that was a base, because most of a bigger part of the system is developed in Bangalore. So we opted to bring people for hands-on experience, and to have a feel of the general environment where the system is developed, because it's also first time to do a mix of the two. So we opted, it's better for people also to get an experience of what is going on in the SAP GD. which they did. They stayed here for a couple of weeks, and I believe it gave them enough confidence when they came back to do the implementation.